church service one day and I heard the story of Jesus and salvation, how he died and rose again and defeated sin. And I wanted it, and so I started to slip up. A big issue in my life was always pride. I picked up baseball relatively fast in 7th grade, and the better I got, more and more I started playing for myself. And the more I played for myself, it seemed like the better drive I got to play, because I got that rush, that high on the field of, man, I'm doing great. I want to keep doing great, and I would push it to the limits in my workouts. I would outwork everybody I played with or played against because I wanted to be the best, but it wasn't necessarily for God. I'd say it was for God. Sometimes it was for God, but now that I look back, before he rocked my world, it was mostly for me. Walking away in which people would say I was humble, but inside I was like, yeah, I'm the man. Like a few weeks into the school year, there was this moving message, and some baseball players went down front to pray. I was like, okay, well, I felt led to go down there and pray with them since I had been a believer my whole life. And so I went down there and prayed with them, and one of them got saved and 2 rededicated their lives that night. They decided they wanted to do something about it. And so we started a Bible study, and this Bible study grew and grew and grew, and we wound up having about 40 people, which is packing it into the apartments here at SWU. But I honestly believe, because I was one of the leaders in this and I was so prideful and arrogant, I was being like a Pharisee. I was leading this thing, but a lot of times I was leading it for myself, for people to say, man, he knows his stuff, he's a godly man, instead of he's just like us. He's just been blessed enough to be able to lead this and have the insight from God to lead this. And God, like I said, God knocked me off my throne. Pride grew and grew till my sophomore year. Out of nowhere, the girl that I had dated for 3.5 years, I was going to marry this girl, just randomly said she wanted to take a break, said that she had felt like our relationship had become a job. Dude, I was holding myself back through this relationship and through my pride. So he knocked me down, and it was the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. Something I learned from being knocked off my faith throne was that God, part of me was thinking God just wanted to punish me for being selfish and prideful and arrogant and lustful and all these things that I was doing. But something he hit me with when I went down to LP in Myrtle Beach, God doesn't want to punish us. He doesn't do things to punish us and get us right or whatever. He'll put us through something that's really hard because he takes something from us and he wants to give us something better in return. It's like God saying, I'm a big eater. I love food, so I'm going to try to give the best illustration I can with food. It's like God saying, Thomas, you're hanging on to all this pride and this ungodly relationship and all this stuff that you're holding on to, and it's just rotten apple, and I want you to have it. So he took it from me. I was like, no, God, this is my apple. I want this apple. I got to have it. And when really, what good is a rotten apple going to do? It's going to make you sick. And that's what I was inside. I was sinfully sick. I was rotten on the inside. And he took it away from me, and I suffered because I wanted that apple. And I didn't notice that he had traded it with a prime rib. I let go of everything that I have, that I am, and I let go of this rotten apple. I'm Thomas Floyd, and I'm second.